Hello, I'm Harvey Stansfield, the founder and artistic director of Vox Ex Animo. It's now a year since I founded the choir, where I had the vision to bring together a community of singers from across the UK to make music together when we otherwise couldn't due to lockdown restrictions. As I said, our singers came from across the UK and even further afield, which you'll hear about later in the video. I'm indebted to my assistant director and co-founder Anthony White for his help and support for the choir and our projects, and without that we wouldn't be where we are today. Throughout this video you'll hear a few testimonials from our singers about what Vox Ex Animo meant to them. So without further ado, thank you for your support and I hope you enjoy our anniversary video.
So, like everyone in lockdown, I had no routine anymore, so Vox Ex Animo was great because it gave me a bit of a timetable with the weekly rehearsals and then the video submissions. I met some amazing people through that choir and I thrive off being with big groups of people, so that was great for me to talk to people every week that weren't my family. And above all, it just gave me a focus and it kept me disciplined and it allowed me to keep singing, which I'm really grateful for. I now have a new love for early music, so thank you very much.
After moving to college and uni, I hadn't sang in about 5 years, but Vox Ex Animo gave me the chance to sing again as part of the choir.
It was great to be able to keep singing in a group when everything else couldn't continue. And although the process of singing on your own in a room is a bit scary, it was always worth it to see the fantastic finished product.
We now turn to a highlight for Vox Ex Animo. This is when we founded our string ensemble, Vox Animo Consort. It was great to work with other instrumentalists at a difficult time when we couldn't perform as we usually would. It was also nice for the singers to have a nice string accompaniment, so we produced a lovely performance of Mozart's motet, Ave Verum Corpus. I'm sure you'll agree, it was a great production from all involved. We now come to the biggest highlight of all for Vox Ex Animo, when we put on our virtual choral evensong for Blackburn Cathedral and the Diocese of Blackburn. I was inspired to put this on by watching Ralph Orwood's virtual evensong with the Rodolphus Foundation. I was previously organ scholar at Blackburn Cathedral, so it was great to bring together colleagues and contacts from the diocese to be able to mould together this service. It was also good for people to attend choral evensong when we couldn't attend in person. A lot of people were involved to make this happen, so I'm very indebted to all those involved for creating a wonderful service, which I know meant a great deal to so many.
Hello, my name is Anthony White and I'm the co-founder and assistant artistic director at Vox Ex Animo. As Harvey mentioned, we were thrilled to bring so many musicians, singers and instrumentalists from across the UK and Europe to take part in this virtual choral evensong, especially at a time when live performances were restricted and many musicians suffered from not performing live. We were also delighted to include some guest performances from Edinburgh City organist Professor John Kitchen MBE and John Robinson, organist and director of music at Blackburn Cathedral. So upon founding Vox Ex Animo this time last year, Harvey and myself were delighted to appoint our composer in residence, Cameron Biles-Liddell, who is currently reading for a PhD in composition. Now, Cameron got in touch with us at Vox Ex Animo days after we launched, and he kindly offered to write a new piece of music for our choir and for Vox Ex Animo a new setting of the Ave Maria, which we will be performing in the summer. So with all of our successes and projects in 2020 at Vox Ex Animo, we're delighted that our international collaboration went into 2021. And we were delighted to be part of the Global Virtual Choir for I Sing for Peace, which saw hundreds of singers, so musicians and instrumentalists, to come together to play or sing Royal composer Paul Mealy's evocative piece, Stronger for the Storm, which is beautifully originally sung by Fiona Kennedy and words by Graham Davies. And fellow producer Justin Stretch and Harvey managed to weave an incredible production which premiered earlier this year. In our initial stages of planning at Vox Ex Animo, Harvey and myself sat down to plan out the productions and the pieces that we wanted to perform over the course of the year. One of the performances that we put together was of You'll Never Walk Alone, which was arguably our biggest and most ambitious project since our foundation. Now, what happened next was truly extraordinary. Our founder, Harvey Stansfield, was kindly invited to speak at BBC Radio Lancashire about our project, about You'll Never Walk Alone, and our virtual choir Vox Ex Animo. BBC Radio Lancashire kindly gave us our first ever radio play of You'll Never Walk Alone, which you'll hear just now.
Now, lockdown has meant many people's hobbies and activities have had to be put on hold. However, a virtual choir started in Lancashire has enabled some singers to keep doing what they love. Here's a little taste of what they've been doing.
During such a difficult year, it's been fantastic to be a part of the choir. Opportunities for performing music have been pretty scarce, and this has certainly helped stave off the boredom of lockdown.
Vox Ex Animo was able to fill in the choral gap which had appeared due to lockdown, and I am really grateful to both Harvey and to Anthony for supplying a choral space for me to sing, and I'm really grateful.
To me, Vox Ex Animo has meant that I was able to keep singing and performing with people, as well as meeting new like-minded people from all around the world that otherwise I may never have worked with. It's been a great project, and I'm glad to see it still going.